Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I am a living Christ. I should like to talk to you about the realization of energy of a Christ, and that which is experienced by you of a Satanist. You see, this living Christ has an energy that cannot be replicated by any of the present popular individuals who speak of spiritual matters. And there's a reason for it. The reason can be traced to the realm of dualism, which is Satanism, and non-dualism, that of the subconscious mind, which is divine, based in truth, based in oneness, based in holistic energy that cannot be bifurcated and identified with. Now, I have to say one thing. Satanists are not my enemy. I do not consider them to be bad, although Satanists, you look at others in terms of good and bad, right and wrong. That's dualism. That is the essence of Satanism. And that is what is the energy that's experienced by everyone on the internet but me. Now, what's the outcome of that? Clearly, the evidence is in. One can see very clearly by looking at the internet, by looking at my videos that are on YouTube presently and Vimeo presently. I am no longer able to publish my videos with real audio, now named Brightyan, nor am I able to publish my videos on BitChute. I am a threat, considered to be a threat, by those who are in control of these corporations. And they have spent all of their satanic energy trying to ban, trying to obfuscate, changing the video count numbers of my videos, tampering with the subscribers for the past week. For those of you who have been added to my count of subscribers, you will note that the count number of subscribers has varied from 1,539 to 1,550. That's just 11 people. Now, here's what's happening. For those of you who are aware, have been paying attention, that number has been cycled approximately 5 times. Whenever the count goes to 1,500, it is reduced back to 15, 35, 39, 40, 41, 42. And it goes back and forth, and it had gone back and forth 5 times. So how many actual subscribers have I received? Over 1,550, but you will never know it because that number is being shifted back and forth and back and forth. I add subscribers and I lose subscribers, and I add subscribers and I lose subscribers. Now that's no accident. That's how the numbers are being tampered with by the corporations who operate the presentation of videos. YouTube, forget Vimeo. I get numbers like 1 and 2 for a week on Vimeo, if that. And they are dealing with the total numbers of video that I have, not just the most recent one. So I don't get a full count out of Vimeo at any time. That is corrupted, has been corrupted. But I am on contract with them. I have paid money to present my videos, and therefore they cannot just cut me out, as other corporations have done, wherein I have not paid any money contract with them. That's how information is being censored. Now, as to the popular people, I'm speaking now of Mark Passio, number 1, David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, Santos Panacci. Understand? All these fellows are doing their thing, but they're coming to you from the intellectual, the researcher level. That is their proof of their information. They present that as being the product of research. Research is intellectual. There can be no denial of that. My information does not arise from the intellectual realm. My information is derived from the holistic subconscious mind, the holistic mind, the mind of oneness. Now, there are people who are also coming from that point of view as they speak. Daryl Anka, who's known as Bashar, is a channeler. Now, in order to grasp the intellectual mind of his listeners, he must convert his direct perception that comes from channeling into another entity. Now, the Christian religion will call them demons. That's just an idea that creates dualism. And dualism is the mark of Satanism. No question about it. If you look at what I present to you, there is no sign of dualism in the energy of this living Christ. And they cannot turn it into such. They have tried for 25 years to destroy the credibility in the realm of dualism, and they have failed. Consequently, they have declared me to be dead. This image. I am not dead. I am a living Christ. And the Satanists that control the corporations, that control the media, that control the government, that control the religions, that control the banking institutions, that control the corporations. Now, have I left anything out? All of these entities are satanic in nature, in that they are in the realm of dualism. If you are looking at the energy of dualism, you're in hell. You're programmed. You have ideas that have been programmed that separate you in your thinking from the you and the not you. Well, you see, that energy does not apply to this living Christ. I am what I am, who I am. And there is no specter of separation. I don't talk about things. I speak of them directly. I am truth. I am what is. Everyone else that is popular in your mind is of the dualistic nature. They are the researchers. They talk about time-bound information. They research history. They promote history. History is satanic. History is a lie. It is storytelling at its best. It creates the division of pleasure and pain, of power and divinity. Do you understand? That nature of dualism is divisive. And in that divisiveness, there is friction that wears away the soul of the true oneness of every one of you. You believe. And your tortured belief is what causes the pain in each and every one of you to seek relief. And that relief comes in the form of dualistic leaders. You'll find them in the political realm, those who rule the world of hell, of Satan. You'll find them in banking, and you'll find them in corporations. They are those who feed you fantasies, lies, deceptions, and they demand that you support them in that satanic operation. That's the basis of fame and fortune. You understand? You must separate those. Make the vast majority doubt themselves. And therefore, by such doubt, they become slaves. They become inferior. They create the dualism of superiority and inferiority, and they take the position of inferior. That's the vast majority of you who I am speaking to right now. Now, how arrogant of me to speak of that. It sounds like I'm insulting your intelligence. I'm not insulting anything. I'm telling you the truth. And it is you, by your addiction to definitions of words and ideas that have been programmed into you, that conflict with the simple, holistic truth of that of which I speak. And you lash out in judgment. And judgment, of course, is dualistic in nature. It's satanic in nature. That's natural. You're not my enemy. I'm trying to elevate you in your consciousness so that you are able to transcend the limited, dualistic intellect which you now worship. You have long ago abandoned your subconscious mind, which is the mind of God, the mind of truth, the creator of your life, your quality of life. Do you understand? You have been made to believe that you are a slave in a fantasy world of illusion, which is intellectual. And that intellectualism has been nurtured and continued by institutions of education, which are sub-institutions of the institution of government and religion. They've interfered with your non-dualistic, God-like consciousness that is beyond words, beyond time, beyond all limitations. It is what is, and can only be grasped in the moment of eternal truth of now. If you are not able to grasp that eternal moment of now, you will grasp the after moment of the thought of now. That's satanic. That's the secret of how you are controlled and made slaves from birth to death. Many, many lives, you see, because you are eternal beings. You're the God of your own life. That means that you are the dualistic, the the non-dualistic creator in your subconscious mind that requires action. Only thought exists in the conscious intellect. That intellect must come to a stop when you decide or make a decision to act. And when you do that, you enter into your subconscious mind in order to act. But if that act is compromised, not whole, not understood by you, you will create that confusion in your life. And that will be the quality of your projected life. That's hell. That's as simple as it is. I've just told you the secret of the ages that has been withheld from you since the beginning of time. You all are immortal. You are all evidence, entities projected like cells of the body make up the body, just as you make up God. God is the whole of all creation. Everything that is manifested in a oneness, perceived only in the subconscious mind. If it must be communicated, one must go into the satanic, dualistic, fragmented world of definition. That's the world that you all know, that you all cling to, you are all addicted to, and it is continued through the media. After you leave your satanic conditioning of schooling, be it at the elementary level, the high school level, the college level, the university level, and the postgraduate work. It's all the same, just different levels of intellectual manipulation. Academics, all academics, all intellectual academics seem to be wise. They are limited. They are hampered. They are divided individuals that speak from a fragmented level grasp of truth. That's the world you live in. That's the satanic world that you live in. You worship images, you worship words, ideas, concepts, legends, myths. You're guided, you are ruled by such entities, such false, illusory entities. There can be no question of that. You look at the civilized world and you see that you are living in a dualistic hell, one that divides you and places you in contradiction within yourself and without yourself. You're always in conflict, always arguing, always debating, if not outwardly with others that you see as illusions. You argue with yourself, which you understand to be conscience. You understand what conscience is? It's the last vestige, or the first vestige, depends on how you want to look at it, of duality. For truth is what is. It stands alone, unsupported. It requires no support. You see that in my relationships with you. My energy is unique. It does not match any of the individuals who are popular with you. Now, I have to repeat that a Satanist is not my enemy. A Satanist is merely one who is still ignorant because they rely upon their intellectual acumen in order to gain power within the realm of hell and control. But they're still in hell. I speak from the subconscious mind, and therefore I am what I am. I am truth. That's all a Christ is, a simple man of truth. All of my needs are provided for me by the infinite essence of truth, of God. I do not struggle. To most of you who live in a satanic world, my world would appear to be miraculous. Yet it is being tested all the time. And it seems that I have gone through, if one looks at the history through a dualistic lens, peering at my life, they will wonder why I am so calm in the face of all the things that I have been faced with in life, the problems. You see, life itself, in the subconscious mind, is what is. It's effortless. In the conscious intellect, it's full of struggle, of pain, of suffering, of confusion. Understand? It is one who traverses their life here and now, in this lifetime, where they transcend that limited intellectual mind and rise beyond it to the realm of the subconscious, non-dualistic mind, the mind of God, that peace. And all that is necessary is provided for one. They live in a different realm, and the dualistic energies have no power over the non-dualistic subconscious mind of that who is God, the God of his own life. Now that simply explains to all of you living in your intellectual divided mind of one who is holistic, who cannot be reached, cannot be destroyed. For all things in the intellectual mind are illusions, and illusions are temporary. They can be destroyed. But truth can never be destroyed. It is what is. It stands alone. It does not require support of illusions, of others involved in the illusions based in their own self-doubt. That's what you don't understand about this living Christ. That's what you cannot conceive of. All you must have to do is look at whom the doors of opportunity are flung open wide, and you'll find all of the Satanists that I have mentioned earlier. They have the permission of those who rule the intellectual mind to speak their propaganda, their ability to express that which they have gained through research, which is limited, based in the intellectual mind. But they have no power over this living Christ who comes from the subconscious mind. You understand? That's what each of you are here on this earth to understand. Who you are, why you are here, and to sort out all of the lies, the deceptions, the illusions that control the minds, the intellectual minds of those who are enslaved. That's what I give to you. I give to you the example of one who stands alone, who does not play the game, who does not contract or indenture himself as a slave, as a subject of the subconscious, of the conscious intellect, of hell, of satanic thought, and it is what is being presented to you that you can do likewise, for you are all entities that possess both minds, the subconscious, non-dualistic mind of truth, of what is, and the satanic mind of manufactured illusions held to be truth and therefore are lies. You all, if you live in your intellect that is programmable, that has been controlled, instilled into you by the satanic powers of education, propaganda, media, you understand? Those are all images. You are born into that world of illusion, and you will die one day. That indicates your limitation. Where one who lives in their balance of the subconscious mind is eternal, is God in his own life, and must take responsibility for his actions. But he is the God only of his own mind, and he understands the relationships with others who are Satanists, who have not yet learned that they are still operating from the limitations of their own educational system, their belief system, where they mistake those beliefs for truth. Truth is whole, complete. The idea of truth is intellectual, limited, a representation of truth, and that answers the definition, which is familiar to all of you. You crave definitions of illusory words. You worship them as truth. That's the source of all your religions, beliefs. You operate on belief. When you are looking for the truth, the holistic truth, the holy truth, but you settle for the idea of truth, which is not holistic. That's the trap, the satanic trap, that can only be researched into history. The history, his story. You love stories, storytellers. Those who speak to you in terms of duality, who begin a story, tell the story, end the story with a message to it. You understand? It's all illusion. If you're looking for a message, an idea to cling to as a result of a story that is fictitious in itself, you are being mind controlled. I don't speak to you in that manner. And therefore, that is quite noticeable to you. You cannot manipulate me. I speak to you only of the truth, of what is. And that is devastating to your fantasy worlds that are based in religion and government, the powers of those who can divide people, who can create schisms, divisions, who can create confusion, anger, violence, frustration. Those are the people who control you, and those are your illusions that disturb you and create your hell. And you look for escapes. You don't understand that All you have to do is end the chatter of your intellectual mind, and you are freed of that illusion. You are no longer compelled by ideas that make you feel inferior, that make you doubt yourself, and therefore you consent to your own slavery. That is what I display to you. One who is beyond all that and all the powers, all the king's men cannot put Humpty Dumpty back together again. I challenge that illusion of Humpty Dumpty. You are all fragmented Humpty Dumptys. Fragmented because you believe you are fragmented. But you, when exposed to a holistic man, a holy man, a man of truth, one of Christ consciousness, it affects you. Like it or not, you are affected. And if you cling to your illusions because you are addicted to them, you feel the pain. Because there's nothing you can do about the truth of what is. And that is what happens in my communications with you, that no other man, living man, currently on the internet, from those that I have mentioned to you. Mark Passio is at the top of that list. He's followed by David Icke, Jordan Maxwell. You can see years of his intellectualism have diminished him in his energy to a degree. That's what happens when you get older. I'm 81. I have not lost that vigor of a young man, although my 81 years is clearly affected by age as far as my health is concerned. But it has not diminished my consciousness one iota. Not one of you can debate the fact that I am not your normal 81-year-old man. But you don't understand how that's possible. I've been telling you all along that what I have done, so can you. But you must come to that only when you are ready. And that is the battle that you are going through. Like it or not, that is the nature of your life.